my sleeper. Okay. He is my fifth overall quarterback in the draft. I got a BYU quarterback. Before you run to the hills because Zach Wilson scared you off, I'm going to say this. Do not scout the helmet. Scout the player. Period. End of story. Different player. Although Zach Wilson was a first-round talent, so I don't know why it's even bad if he looks like Zach Wilson. But anyway, the pocket presence is there. I think the issue with Jaren Hall is a little too patient in the pocket. But when I look at this guy, I don't know why he's not getting more respect, or whatever. His athleticism is awesome. He can hurt you on the ground. But what I really love watching about Jaren Hall is how he's going to use his mobility to set up a pass. He wants to throw the ball. He's not a running quarterback per se. He's what I would call a dual threat, a guy that can hurt you with the legs, hurt you with the arm. And, I think he's really good with his feet set, which is something that I'm starting to notice. These running quarterbacks, these mobile quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson's where I first noticed it. You have these quarterbacks that if they could throw on the run with accuracy, they'd be unbelievably dominant. No one would be able to stop them. But the common misconception is that Lamar was more of a pocket passer, in the body of a running quarterback, So that was his mentality. He throws better when his feet are set. With Jaren Hall, his feet need to be set. To me, seeing a guy that prefers to throw it more than run it and have that athleticism, that's a good thing. I think he could be a real franchise quarterback at the next level, Cam. I have a second round grade on him. He might need to sit a year, but even if he had to start, I think he could do it. My only concern, about him starting, he's making half field reads, not really going through the full progressions yet. That's something I think 1 year, in a system, either backing up or just training camp, mini camp, whatever, having a chance to really go over that in the film room, he'll get that down. But that's really the only thing right now. I feel like his floor is higher than being, given credit for right now.
Yeah, I like Jaren Hall, Jake. I like him. Even wearing that number 3, just the way he moves, I'm like, oh, the way he moves looks a little familiar. The way he runs that football. I know he had that C on his shirt, the captain. I think that's always big. So you talk about that second round grade. Yeah, you jump into the character, right? I think a lot of times when you get high in the round, it's like, hey, what guy am I going to take? This guy or that guy? I'm going to take a guy that has better character. I know you talked about the Rams falling victim to the character piece, but
the 4 pillars.
the 4 pillars. But I think it's extremely important when you get to the NFL. I know we talked about some other athletes who won't last long in the NFL because of their character. And so I love to see that always. He is a running threat, which is great. He's the captain of his squad, which is great. And the way he moves, the way he takes hits, Jakes, like I said, it reminds me of somebody. It gives me a little Russell Wilson-esque, the way he escapes the pocket and the way he moves around. So I really like Jaren Hall. I do look at him as a sleeper as well. You have him going in the second round. So I hope it's not before Hendon Hooker, but I do see him going in the second round as well. I really like him, and I do think he'll find some success in the league. I know he's a little bit shorter, but so was the Drew Brees. So was the Russell Wilson. So are a lot of the quarterbacks in the league now.
So my comparison to him was a combination of Oklahoma Jalen Hurts, not Jalen Hurts right now in the NFL. That's not fair. But Oklahoma Jalen Hurts and Wisconsin Russell Wilson.
There you go. There you go. I see it. And they're both wearing that 3. So I'm like, yeah, come on. I like it. Give them the comp. Give them the comparison there.